Imagine finding the strength to cut ties with someone who consistently disrupts your peace and hinders your growth. Recognizing when to let go of toxic relationships is crucial for your well-being and personal development. By focusing on your inner peace and values, you can identify when a relationship has become more harmful than beneficial. If someone repeatedly disrespects you, acts dishonestly, drains your emotional energy, or prevents you from growing, it might be time to reconsider their place in your life. Prioritizing your mental and emotional health is essential for living a fulfilling and balanced life. Ready to explore how these principles can help you make tough decisions? Let's delve into the signs that indicate it's time to cut all contact and protect your well-being. Constant negativity. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Marcus Aurelius. In Stoic philosophy, maintaining a positive and balanced state of mind is essential for overall well-being. If someone in your life is a constant source of negativity, always complaining, criticizing, or bringing you down, it can severely affect your mental and emotional health. Recognize the impact this person's negativity has on you. Are you frequently feeling drained, anxious, or depressed after interacting with them? Their negative energy can cloud your own thoughts and hinder your personal growth. Stoicism teaches us to focus on what we can control, including our environment and the people we choose to surround ourselves with. Consider whether this person adds value to your life or consistently detracts from it. If their negativity outweighs any positive contributions, it might be time to distance yourself. This doesn't mean you have to confront them harshly. Instead, gradually reduce contact and interactions. Replace the time and energy spent on this negative relationship with positive influences. Surround yourself with people who uplift and support you, aligning with Stoic principles of cultivating a positive and resilient mindset. By cutting contact with constant negativity, you protect your mental health and create space for more constructive and fulfilling relationships. In summary, constant negativity from someone can undermine your happiness and mental well-being. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this impact and take steps to distance yourself, focusing instead on positive, supportive relationships that enhance your life. Lack of respect. Respect yourself enough to walk away from anything that no longer serves you, grows you, or makes you happy. Robert Tew. Respect is a cornerstone of healthy relationships. If someone frequently disrespects you, through insults, dismissive behavior, or undermining your efforts, it erodes your self-esteem and self-worth. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of self-respect and maintaining personal integrity. Identify instances where you feel disrespected. Do you often leave interactions feeling belittled or undervalued? If this is a recurring pattern, it indicates a lack of mutual respect, which is crucial for a healthy relationship. Reflect on how this lack of respect affects your mental and emotional well-being. Stoicism teaches us to maintain our dignity and not tolerate behavior that diminishes our self-respect. If someone consistently disrespects you, it's a sign that the relationship may be more harmful than beneficial. Consider distancing yourself from this person. It's important to surround yourself with individuals who value and respect you. By cutting contact with someone who shows a lack of respect, you protect your self-esteem and create space for relationships that honor your worth. In summary, a lack of respect in a relationship undermines your self-worth and personal integrity. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this and take steps to distance yourself, ensuring that you maintain your dignity and well-being. Manipulative behavior. He who has the power over himself has the power to resist being manipulated by others. Epictetus. Manipulative behavior is a serious red flag in any relationship. If someone constantly tries to control or influence you through deceptive or unfair tactics, it's a clear sign of a toxic relationship. Stoicism values autonomy and self-control, emphasizing the importance of resisting manipulation. Notice signs of manipulative behavior. Does this person frequently guilt-trip you, twist the truth, or play mind games? Manipulation erodes trust and can make you doubt your own judgment. Reflect on how this behavior impacts your autonomy and peace of mind. Stoicism teaches that maintaining control over your own actions and thoughts is essential. Manipulative relationships undermine this control, leading to confusion and emotional distress. Decide to remove yourself from this toxic dynamic. Cutting contact with a manipulative person is crucial for reclaiming your autonomy and peace of mind. It allows you to regain control over your own life and make decisions based on your true values and beliefs. In summary, manipulative behavior is a sign of a toxic relationship that compromises your autonomy and well-being. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this and distance yourself from such influences, ensuring you maintain control over your own actions and thoughts. Consistent dishonesty. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Marcus Aurelius, honesty is fundamental to trust and integrity in relationships. If someone consistently lies to you, whether about small or significant matters, it erodes trust and creates an unstable foundation. Stoicism upholds truthfulness and ethical behavior, emphasizing the importance of integrity. Identify patterns of dishonesty. Are there frequent lies, half-truths, or misleading statements from this person? Consistent dishonesty indicates a lack of respect for you and the relationship. Reflect on how dishonesty affects your trust and peace of mind. Stoicism teaches that living in alignment with truth and integrity is essential for inner peace. When someone is consistently dishonest, it disrupts this alignment and creates ongoing uncertainty and mistrust. Consider whether this relationship can be trusted or repaired. If dishonesty is a persistent issue and the person shows no sign of change or remorse, it may be necessary to cut contact. Prioritize relationships built on mutual trust and honesty. In summary, consistent dishonesty undermines trust and integrity in relationships. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this and take steps to distance yourself from dishonest individuals, ensuring your relationships are based on truth and mutual respect. Emotional drainage. It is not events that disturb people, it is their judgments concerning them. Epictetus. Emotional drainage occurs when someone constantly requires your emotional energy and support without reciprocating or offering the same in return. This imbalance can leave you feeling exhausted and depleted. Stoicism teaches the importance of emotional balance and self-care. Recognize when interactions leave you feeling drained. Do you often feel tired or emotionally spent after spending time with this person? If supporting them constantly takes a toll on your well-being, it's a sign that the relationship may be unbalanced and unhealthy. Reflect on the impact of this emotional drainage on your mental health. Stoicism encourages maintaining inner peace and equilibrium. Consistently feeling emotionally drained disrupts this balance and can lead to burnout and stress. Consider setting boundaries or reducing contact with this person. It's essential to prioritize your emotional well-being and ensure that your relationships are mutually supportive. By cutting contact or setting firm boundaries, you protect your emotional health and create space for more balanced relationships. In summary, emotional drainage from unbalanced relationships can harm your mental health and well-being. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this and take steps to protect your emotional energy, ensuring your relationships are supportive and balanced. Lack of accountability. The fault is not in our stars, but in ourselves. William Shakespeare. A lack of accountability in a relationship can lead to ongoing conflicts and unresolved issues. If someone consistently refuses to take responsibility for their actions or blames others, It indicates a lack of maturity and respect. Stoicism values personal responsibility and self-improvement. Identify instances where the person avoids accountability. Do they frequently make excuses, shift blame, or refuse to acknowledge their mistakes? This behavior can create a toxic environment where problems are never properly addressed. Reflect on how this lack of accountability affects your relationship. Stoicism teaches that personal growth and improvement come from recognizing and correcting our faults. When someone refuses to take responsibility, it hinders the possibility of genuine growth and resolution. Consider distancing yourself from individuals who lack accountability. Healthy relationships require both parties to own their actions and work together to resolve issues. By cutting contact with those who avoid accountability, you foster an environment of responsibility and mutual respect. In summary, a lack of accountability in relationships undermines growth and resolution. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this and distance yourself from such individuals, ensuring your relationships are built on mutual responsibility and respect. Consistent jealousy and possessiveness. Jealousy is the grave of affection. Mary Baker. Eddie. Jealousy and possessiveness can indicate deep-seated insecurity and control issues. If someone consistently exhibits these traits, it can stifle your freedom and create a toxic dynamic. Stoicism emphasizes personal freedom and inner tranquility, both of which are disrupted by jealousy and possessiveness. Recognize signs of jealousy and possessiveness. Does this person frequently question your interactions with others, demand excessive attention, or try to control your actions? Such behavior can be suffocating and damaging to your sense of autonomy. Reflect on how this jealousy and possessiveness impact your life. Stoicism teaches that maintaining inner peace and personal freedom is crucial. Consistent jealousy and possessiveness disrupt this peace and can lead to feelings of being trapped or controlled. Consider whether the relationship allows for mutual trust and freedom. If jealousy and possessiveness are persistent issues and the person shows no willingness to change, it may be necessary to cut contact. Prioritize relationships where trust and mutual respect are the foundation. In summary, consistent jealousy and possessiveness can create a toxic and controlling dynamic. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this and distance yourself from such behaviors, ensuring your relationships are based on trust and personal freedom. Toxic gossip and backbiting. When you are offended at any man's fault, turn to yourself and study your own failings. Then you will forget your anger. Epictetus. Engaging in toxic gossip and backbiting indicates a lack of integrity and respect. If someone constantly speaks negatively about others behind their backs, it fosters a culture of distrust and negativity. Stoicism values honesty, integrity, and focusing on one's own improvement rather than criticizing others. Recognize when someone frequently engages in gossip or speaks ill of others. Do they often bring you into conversations that involve criticizing or belittling others? This behavior can create a toxic atmosphere and damage your own reputation. Reflect on the impact of toxic gossip on your well-being and relationships. Stoicism teaches us to maintain our own integrity and focus on our own actions. Participating in or being surrounded by gossip undermines this principle and can lead to unnecessary conflict and negativity. Consider distancing yourself from individuals who engage in toxic gossip. Focus on building relationships with people who promote positivity and constructive communication. By cutting contact with those who spread negativity, you protect your own integrity and foster a more positive environment. In summary, toxic gossip and backbiting create a culture of distrust and negativity. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this behavior and distance yourself from it, ensuring your relationships are built on integrity and constructive communication. Emotional manipulation. He who has the power over himself has the power to resist being manipulated by others. Epictetus. Emotional manipulation involves using psychological tactics to control or influence someone's emotions, often for selfish gain. This behavior is harmful and can lead to significant emotional distress. Stoicism teaches the importance of maintaining autonomy and emotional balance. Identify signs of emotional manipulation. Does this person use guilt, fear, or flattery to control your actions or emotions? Emotional manipulators often twist situations to make you feel responsible for their feelings or problems. Reflect on how emotional manipulation affects your mental and emotional well-being. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of self-control and maintaining your emotional equilibrium. Being manipulated disrupts this balance and can cause significant stress and confusion. Consider cutting contact with individuals who use emotional manipulation. It's essential to prioritize your mental health and ensure that your relationships are based on mutual respect and honesty. By distancing yourself from manipulators, you protect your emotional well-being and reclaim your autonomy. In summary, emotional manipulation is a harmful behavior that disrupts your mental and emotional balance. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this manipulation and take steps to distance yourself, ensuring your relationships are based on mutual respect and emotional honesty. Inconsistent and unreliable behavior. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. Inconsistent and unreliable behavior can create a sense of instability and frustration in relationships. If someone frequently breaks promises, cancels plans, or fails to follow through on commitments, it undermines trust and reliability. Stoicism values consistency, reliability, and acting with integrity. Recognize patterns of inconsistent and unreliable behavior. Does this person often fail to keep their word or show up when they say they will? Consistency is key to building trust and maintaining a healthy relationship. Reflect on how this behavior affects your trust and sense of security. Stoicism teaches the importance of integrity and reliability. When someone is consistently unreliable, it disrupts your sense of stability and can lead to disappointment and frustration. Consider whether this relationship is worth maintaining if the behavior persists. Healthy relationships require mutual trust and reliability. If someone continually proves to be inconsistent and unreliable, it may be necessary to cut contact to preserve your own peace of mind and sense of security. In summary, inconsistent and unreliable behavior undermines trust and stability in relationships. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this behavior and distance yourself from it, ensuring your relationships are built on consistency, reliability, and integrity. Disregard for boundaries. If you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. Epictetus. Boundaries are essential for maintaining healthy relationships and personal well-being. If someone consistently disregards your boundaries, whether emotional, physical, or psychological, it shows a lack of respect for your needs and autonomy. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of maintaining self-respect and protecting your inner peace. Recognize when someone repeatedly crosses your boundaries. Do they ignore your requests, invade your personal space, or pressure you into doing things you're uncomfortable with? Disregarding boundaries can lead to stress, anxiety, and a sense of violation. Reflect on how this disregard impacts your mental and emotional well-being. Stoicism teaches us to protect our peace and uphold our values. When boundaries are consistently crossed, it disrupts your sense of safety and respect, undermining your inner tranquility. Consider asserting your boundaries firmly or distancing yourself from this individual. Healthy relationships require mutual respect for each other's limits. By cutting contact or setting clear, enforceable boundaries, you safeguard your well-being and reinforce the importance of respecting personal space and needs. In summary, disregard for boundaries in relationships signals a lack of respect and can harm your mental and emotional well-being. Stoicism encourages you to recognize and address this behavior, ensuring your relationships are built on mutual respect and understanding. Persistent negativity toward your success. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Marcus Aurelius. A person who consistently reacts negatively to your successes can be detrimental to your self-esteem and motivation. If someone always downplays, criticizes, or shows envy toward your achievements, it reflects insecurity and negativity. Stoicism values inner strength and self-confidence, promoting support and encouragement rather than jealousy. Identify instances where your achievements are met with negativity. Do they make dismissive comments, criticize your efforts, or appear resentful of your success? Persistent negativity towards your accomplishments can undermine your confidence and hinder your progress. Reflect on how this negativity affects your self-esteem and motivation. Stoicism teaches us to seek internal validation and remain resilient against external negativity. Constant criticism from someone close to you can erode your self-worth and motivation, affecting your ability to pursue your goals. Consider distancing yourself from individuals who react negatively to your success. Surround yourself with supportive people who celebrate your achievements and encourage your growth. By cutting contact with those who exhibit persistent negativity, you protect your self-esteem and create a more positive environment for personal development. In summary, persistent negativity towards your success can undermine your confidence and motivation. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this behavior and distance yourself from it, ensuring your relationships are supportive and uplifting. Emotional explosiveness. He who is not angry when there is just cause for anger is immoral. Why? Because anger looks to the good of justice. Thomas Aquinas. Emotional explosiveness, where someone frequently exhibits uncontrolled anger or volatile emotions, can create a toxic and unstable environment. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of maintaining emotional balance and self-control. Recognize signs of emotional explosiveness. Does this person frequently have outbursts of anger, make threats, or react disproportionately to minor issues? Such behavior can be harmful and frightening, creating a sense of instability. Reflect on how this emotional volatility impacts your well-being and sense of safety. Stoicism teaches us to remain calm and composed, even in challenging situations. Being around someone who is emotionally explosive disrupts this tranquility and can cause significant stress and anxiety. Consider whether this relationship is safe and sustainable. Emotional explosiveness often indicates deeper issues that may require professional help. If the behavior persists and poses a threat to your well-being, it may be necessary to cut contact for your safety and peace of mind. In summary, emotional explosiveness can create a toxic and unstable environment. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this behavior and distance yourself from it, ensuring your relationships promote safety, calm, and emotional balance. Habitual dishonesty. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. Marcus Aurelius. Habitual dishonesty erodes the foundation of trust necessary for any healthy relationship. If someone consistently lies, whether about small or significant matters, it undermines your ability to trust them. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of truthfulness and integrity in all aspects of life. Identify patterns of dishonesty. Does this person frequently tell lies, hide the truth, or deceive others? Consistent dishonesty indicates a lack of respect and consideration for your relationship. Reflect on how habitual dishonesty affects your trust and sense of security. Stoicism teaches that truth and integrity are essential for inner peace and healthy relationships. When someone is habitually dishonest, it creates ongoing uncertainty and mistrust, disrupting your emotional well-being. Consider whether the relationship can be sustained in light of this dishonesty. If the person shows no willingness to change or acknowledge their behavior, it may be necessary to cut contact. Prioritize relationships built on honesty and mutual trust. In summary, habitual dishonesty undermines trust and security in relationships. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this behavior and distance yourself from it, ensuring your relationships are based on truth and integrity. Lack of empathy. No one is better able to help you than yourself. You must rely on your own judgment and intelligence. When you are faced with a problem, use your own reason and judgment without depending on the opinions of others. Marcus Aurelius. A lack of empathy from someone can make interactions feel cold and unfeeling. Empathy is essential for understanding and connecting with others on a deeper level. If someone consistently shows little or no empathy for your feelings or struggles, it indicates a lack of emotional connection and support. Stoicism values compassion and understanding. Recognize signs of a lack of empathy. Does this person dismiss your feelings, fail to offer support during difficult times, or seem indifferent to your experiences? A lack of empathy can leave you feeling isolated and unsupported. Reflect on how this lack of empathy affects your emotional well-being. Stoicism teaches the importance of compassion and understanding in fostering meaningful relationships. When someone lacks empathy, it can create emotional distance and make you feel undervalued. Consider distancing yourself from individuals who lack empathy. Relationships thrive on mutual support and understanding. By cutting contact with those who consistently show a lack of empathy, you prioritize your emotional health and create space for more compassionate connections. In summary, a lack of empathy undermines emotional connection and support in relationships. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this behavior and distance yourself from it, ensuring your relationships are built on compassion and understanding. Envy and resentment. The envious man grows lean at the success of his neighbor. Horace. Envy and resentment can poison relationships, leading to bitterness and hostility. If someone frequently exhibits envy towards your successes or harbors resentment, it can create a toxic dynamic. Stoicism teaches the importance of focusing on your own growth and not comparing yourself to others. Identify signs of envy and resentment. Does this person often downplay your achievements, show signs of jealousy, or express resentment towards you? These behaviors indicate deeper insecurities and a lack of genuine support. Reflect on how envy and resentment affect your relationship. Stoicism emphasizes personal growth and self-improvement. Being around someone who constantly envies or resents you can stifle your progress and create unnecessary conflict. Consider whether the relationship can be healthy in light of these negative emotions. If the person is unwilling to address their envy and resentment, it may be necessary to cut contact. Surround yourself with people who genuinely support and celebrate your successes. In summary, envy and resentment can create a toxic and hostile relationship dynamic. Stoicism encourages you to recognize these behaviors and distance yourself from them, ensuring your relationships are supportive and conducive to personal growth. Inconsistent values. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more. That is poor. Seneca. A significant disparity in core values between you and someone else can lead to ongoing conflicts and misunderstandings. If someone's values are consistently at odds with your own, it can create tension and hinder your personal growth. Stoicism emphasizes living in alignment with your principles and values. Identify areas where your values clash. Do you have fundamentally different views on honesty, integrity, respect, or other core principles? These differences can cause persistent friction and disagreements. Reflect on how these value clashes impact your relationship. Stoicism teaches that living according to your values is crucial for inner peace and fulfillment. Constantly compromising your values to maintain a relationship can lead to internal conflict and dissatisfaction. Consider whether this relationship can be sustained given these value differences. If the discrepancies are too significant and the person shows no willingness to understand or respect your values, it may be necessary to cut contact. Prioritize relationships with those who share or respect your core values. In summary, significant differences in core values can lead to ongoing conflicts and hinder personal growth. Stoicism encourages you to recognize these discrepancies and distance yourself from relationships that consistently clash with your values, ensuring you live in alignment with your principles. Repeated betrayal. If someone betrays you once, it's their fault. If they betray you twice, it's your fault. Eleanor Roosevelt. Repeated betrayal, whether through broken promises, infidelity, or other forms of deceit, deeply undermines trust and security in a relationship. Stoicism values trustworthiness and integrity, emphasizing the importance of maintaining reliable and honest connections. Identify instances of betrayal. Has this person repeatedly broken your trust, lied, or acted deceitfully? Multiple betrayals indicate a lack of respect and commitment to the relationship. Reflect on how repeated betrayal affects your emotional well-being. Stoicism teaches that trust and integrity are fundamental to healthy relationships. Repeated betrayal causes emotional pain and erodes the foundation of trust, making it difficult to sustain a meaningful connection. Consider whether continuing the relationship is in your best interest. If the person shows no genuine remorse or effort to change their behavior, it may be necessary to cut contact. Protecting yourself from further harm and prioritizing relationships built on trust and integrity is crucial. In summary, repeated betrayal deeply undermines trust and security in relationships. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this behavior and distance yourself from it, ensuring your relationships are built on trustworthiness and integrity. Constant criticism. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. Constant criticism, where someone frequently finds fault with your actions, decisions, or character, can erode your self-esteem and confidence. Stoicism teaches the importance of self-worth and maintaining a positive self-image. Identify patterns of constant criticism. Does this person regularly criticize you, often without constructive feedback? Persistent criticism can undermine your self-esteem and make you doubt your abilities. Reflect on how this constant criticism affects your self-worth and confidence. Stoicism emphasizes maintaining inner strength and confidence. Being subjected to constant criticism can wear down your self-esteem and create a negative self-perception. Consider whether the relationship can be healthy if the criticism persists. If the person is unwilling to change their behavior or recognize its impact on you, it may be necessary to cut contact. Prioritize relationships that uplift and encourage you, fostering a positive self-image. In summary, constant criticism can erode your self-esteem and confidence. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this behavior and distance yourself from it, ensuring your relationships support your self-worth and inner strength. Chronic victim mentality. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius. A chronic victim mentality, where someone consistently sees themselves as a victim of circumstances and refuses to take responsibility for their actions, can drain your emotional energy and create a negative environment. Stoicism emphasizes personal responsibility and the power to choose our responses to external events. Identify signs of a chronic victim mentality. Does this person frequently blame others for their problems, refuse to take responsibility, and constantly complain about their circumstances? This mindset can be exhausting and detrimental to your well-being. Reflect on how this mentality affects your relationship. Stoicism teaches the importance of personal responsibility and focusing on what we can control. Being around someone with a chronic victim mentality can sap your energy and hinder your ability to maintain a positive outlook. Consider whether the relationship can be healthy if this mindset persists. If the person shows no willingness to change their perspective or take responsibility for their actions, it may be necessary to cut contact. Prioritize relationships with individuals who empower themselves and others. In summary, a chronic victim mentality can drain your emotional energy and create a negative environment. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this behavior and distance yourself from it, ensuring your relationships are empowering and supportive. Consistent disrespect for your time. Dost thou love life? Then do not squander time, for that is the stuff life is made of. Benjamin Franklin. Consistent disrespect for your time, where someone frequently cancels plans, shows up late, or monopolizes your time without consideration, indicates a lack of respect for you and your commitments. Stoicism values the prudent use of time and the importance of respecting others. Identify patterns of disrespect for your time. Does this person often cancel plans last minute, show up late without good reason, or monopolize your time with little regard for your schedule? Such behavior demonstrates a lack of consideration and respect. Reflect on how this disrespect impacts your life. Stoicism teaches the importance of using time wisely and respecting others' time. Consistent disrespect for your time can disrupt your plans and create unnecessary stress. Consider whether the relationship can be sustained if this behavior continues. If the person shows no willingness to respect your time or consider your commitments, it may be necessary to cut contact. Prioritize relationships with individuals who value and respect your time. In summary, consistent disrespect for your time indicates a lack of consideration and respect. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this behavior and distance yourself from it, ensuring your relationships are built on mutual respect and consideration for each other's time. Frequent blame shifting. The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. Epictetus. Frequent blame shifting, where someone regularly avoids responsibility by blaming others for their problems or mistakes, creates a toxic dynamic and prevents growth. Stoicism emphasizes taking responsibility for our actions and focusing on what we can control. Identify instances of blame shifting. Does this person often deflect responsibility for their actions and blame others instead? This behavior hinders personal growth and creates a negative environment. Reflect on how blame shifting affects your relationship. Stoicism teaches the importance of accountability and self-improvement. Being around someone who consistently shifts blame prevents constructive problem-solving and fosters resentment. Consider whether the relationship can be healthy if this behavior continues. If the person shows no willingness to take responsibility for their actions and continues to blame others, it may be necessary to cut contact. Prioritize relationships with individuals who are accountable and committed to personal growth. In summary, frequent blame shifting creates a toxic dynamic and prevents growth. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this behavior and distance yourself from it, ensuring your relationships are built on accountability and mutual respect. Unwillingness to change. The only thing constant is change. Heraclitus. An unwillingness to change, especially in the face of clear issues or harmful behaviors, can indicate a stagnant and potentially toxic relationship. Stoicism values growth, adaptability, and continuous self-improvement. Identify signs of unwillingness to change. Does this person refuse to acknowledge their faults, dismiss feedback, or resist making any positive changes? This stubbornness can hinder personal and relational growth. Reflect on how this unwillingness affects your relationship. Stoicism teaches the importance of embracing change and striving for personal improvement. When someone is unwilling to change, it can create ongoing conflicts and prevent the relationship from evolving positively. Consider whether the relationship can thrive if this behavior persists. If the person shows no willingness to grow or adapt, it may be necessary to cut contact. Prioritize relationships with individuals who are open to growth and willing to make positive changes. In summary, an unwillingness to change can hinder growth and create a stagnant relationship. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this behavior and distance yourself from it, ensuring your relationships are conducive to growth and positive change. Manipulative use of guilt. No man is free who is not master of himself. Epictetus. Using guilt to manipulate someone is a form of emotional abuse that can be deeply damaging. Stoicism teaches us to maintain control over our emotions and to reject manipulation. Identify signs of guilt manipulation. Does this person often make you feel guilty to get what they want, or use your sense of responsibility against you? Manipulative use of guilt is a way to control and undermine your autonomy. Reflect on how this manipulation affects your mental and emotional well-being. Stoicism emphasizes self-control and emotional resilience. Being subjected to guilt manipulation can erode your self-esteem and make you feel powerless. Consider whether the relationship can be healthy if this behavior continues. If the person shows no willingness to stop using guilt as a manipulation tool, it may be necessary to cut contact. Prioritize relationships that respect your autonomy and emotional boundaries. In summary, manipulative use of guilt is a harmful behavior that undermines your autonomy and well-being. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this manipulation and distance yourself from it, ensuring your relationships are respectful and free from emotional abuse. Financial exploitation. Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. Epictetus. Financial exploitation, where someone takes advantage of you financially or pressures you for money, can create a significant burden and strain on your resources. Stoicism values self-sufficiency and prudent management of resources. Identify signs of financial exploitation. Does this person frequently borrow money without repaying, pressure you to cover their expenses, or manipulate you into spending on them? Financial exploitation can lead to significant stress and resentment. Reflect on how this exploitation affects your financial stability and well-being. Stoicism teaches the importance of managing resources wisely and living within your means. Being financially exploited can disrupt your financial stability and create ongoing stress. Consider whether the relationship can be sustained if this behavior persists. If the person shows no willingness to respect your financial boundaries or repay what they owe, it may be necessary to cut contact. Prioritize relationships that respect your financial autonomy and stability. In summary, financial exploitation undermines your financial stability and well-being. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this behavior and distance yourself from it, ensuring your relationships are respectful and financially healthy. Persistent jealousy and possessiveness. Jealousy is the grave of affection. Mary Baker Eddy. Persistent jealousy and possessiveness in a relationship indicate deep-seated insecurity and control issues. These behaviors can stifle your freedom and create a toxic dynamic. Stoicism values personal freedom and inner tranquility, both of which are disrupted by jealousy and possessiveness. Identify signs of persistent jealousy and possessiveness. Does this person frequently question your interactions with others, demand excessive attention, or try to control your actions? Such behavior can be suffocating and damaging to your sense of autonomy. Reflect on how jealousy and possessiveness impact your life. Stoicism teaches that maintaining inner peace and personal freedom is crucial. Consistent jealousy and possessiveness disrupt this peace and can lead to feelings of being trapped or controlled. Consider whether the relationship allows for mutual trust and freedom. If jealousy and possessiveness are persistent issues and the person shows no willingness to change, it may be necessary to cut contact. Prioritize relationships where trust and mutual respect are the foundation. In summary, persistent jealousy and possessiveness can create a toxic and controlling dynamic. Stoicism encourages you to recognize these behaviors and distance yourself from them, ensuring your relationships are based on trust and personal freedom. Inconsistent support. Waste no more time arguing about what a good man should be. Be one. Marcus Aurelius. Inconsistent support, where someone is only available or helpful sporadically, can undermine your sense of reliability and trust in the relationship. Stoicism values consistency and reliability, which are essential for building trust and maintaining healthy relationships. Identify patterns of inconsistent support. Does this person frequently let you down, only show up when it's convenient for them, or fail to provide help when you need it most? Inconsistent support can create uncertainty and frustration. Reflect on how this behavior affects your trust and sense of reliability. Stoicism teaches that consistent actions build trust and stability. When someone is inconsistently supportive, it can lead to disappointment and undermine your sense of security in the relationship. Consider whether the relationship can be sustained if this behavior continues. If the person shows no willingness to provide consistent support, it may be necessary to cut contact. Prioritize relationships that offer reliable and steady support. In summary, inconsistent support undermines trust and stability in relationships. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this behavior and distance yourself from it, ensuring your relationships are built on consistency, reliability, and mutual support. Habitual self-centeredness. A man is as unhappy as he has convinced himself he is. Seneca. Habitual self-centeredness, where someone consistently prioritizes their own needs and desires over yours, can create an unbalanced and unsatisfying relationship. Stoicism values balance, mutual respect, and consideration for others. Identify signs of habitual self-centeredness. Does this person often disregard your needs, expect you to cater to their desires, or make everything about them? Such behavior indicates a lack of empathy and respect for your feelings. Reflect on how self-centeredness affects your relationship. Stoicism teaches that mutual respect and consideration are crucial for healthy relationships. When someone is habitually self-centered, it creates an imbalance that can lead to resentment and dissatisfaction. Consider whether the relationship can be healthy if this behavior persists. If the person shows no willingness to consider your needs or share focus, it may be necessary to cut contact. Prioritize relationships that are balanced and considerate of both parties' needs. In summary, habitual self-centeredness creates an unbalanced and unsatisfying relationship. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this behavior and distance yourself from it, ensuring your relationships are built on mutual respect and consideration. Disregard for your opinions. The opinion of 10,000 men is of no value if none of them know anything about the subject. Marcus Aurelius. A consistent disregard for your opinions, especially when they are dismissed or belittled, can undermine your self-confidence and sense of worth. Stoicism emphasizes the importance of rational discourse and respecting differing viewpoints. Identify instances where your opinions are disregarded. Does this person frequently dismiss, belittle, or ignore your thoughts and ideas? Such behavior indicates a lack of respect for your perspective and contributions. Reflect on how this disregard impacts your self-esteem and sense of worth. Stoicism teaches that every person's perspective is valuable and deserves to be heard. When someone consistently disregards your opinions, it can erode your confidence and sense of self. Consider whether the relationship can be respectful if this behavior persists. If the person shows no willingness to acknowledge and respect your opinions, it may be necessary to cut contact. Prioritize relationships where your voice is valued and respected. In summary, a disregard for your opinions undermines your self-confidence and sense of worth. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this behavior and distance yourself from it, ensuring your relationships are built on mutual respect and appreciation for differing viewpoints. Relentless pessimism. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. Marcus Aurelius' relentless pessimism, where someone consistently expects the worst and sees the negative in every situation, can drag you down and affect your own outlook on life. Stoicism emphasizes maintaining a balanced and resilient mindset. Identify patterns of relentless pessimism. Does this person often focus on the negative aspects of situations, dismiss positive outcomes, or constantly expect the worst? Such behavior can create a draining and demoralizing atmosphere. Reflect on how this pessimism affects your mental and emotional well-being. Stoicism teaches the importance of maintaining inner strength and a balanced perspective. Being surrounded by relentless pessimism can undermine your optimism and resilience. Consider whether the relationship can be uplifting if this behavior continues. If the person shows no willingness to adopt a more balanced outlook, it may be necessary to cut contact. Prioritize relationships that support a positive and constructive mindset. In summary, relentless pessimism can drag you down and negatively affect your outlook on life. Stoicism encourages you to recognize this behavior and distance yourself from it, ensuring your relationships are uplifting and supportive of a balanced perspective. As you reflect on the lessons of Stoicism and the signs that it may be time to cut contact with someone, you might find yourself at a crossroads, facing an unexpected twist in your own story. Perhaps you've realized that these lessons don't just apply to your external relationships, but also to your internal dialogue, the relationship you have with yourself. In an unexpected twist, it becomes clear that the most crucial relationship you need to evaluate is the one with yourself. The constant negativity, lack of respect, manipulation, and other toxic behaviors you've identified in others can often mirror the way you treat yourself. This realization changes your perception of the entire journey. It's not just about distancing yourself from harmful external relationships, but also about nurturing a healthier internal relationship. The emotional climax comes when you face your ultimate challenge, confronting your inner critic. This voice, which has been with you through every step, must be addressed. You recognize that this inner critic has been the source of much of your stress, self-doubt, and negativity. In a satisfying and thought-provoking resolution, you choose to replace this harsh voice with one of self-compassion and respect. This shift not only changes your internal landscape, but also transforms how you engage with the world around you. As you embrace this new perspective, you gain profound philosophical insight. True strength and resilience come from within. By aligning your internal dialogue with Stoic principles, respecting yourself, embracing positivity, and seeking continuous growth, you find a deeper sense of inner peace and empowerment. This revelation encourages both you and the reader to see the world differently, fostering a more compassionate and balanced approach to life. The journey doesn't end here. Some questions remain unanswered, stimulating your imagination and encouraging further reflection. How will this newfound inner peace impact your future relationships? What other aspects of your life might transform as you continue to practice Stoic principles? These open-ended questions leave you pondering, making the ending feel personal and engaging. In a symbolic resolution, you envision yourself standing before a mirror, symbolizing self-reflection and honesty. Next to the mirror is a flourishing garden, representing growth, balance, and the positive relationships you cultivate, both within yourself and with others. This powerful imagery conveys the resolution of your inner conflict and the harmonious future that awaits. As the story concludes, it mirrors the beginning, creating a sense of completeness and harmony. You started this journey seeking to identify toxic relationships and ended up discovering the importance of nurturing the most fundamental relationship of all, the one with yourself. This circular structure emphasizes the growth you've undergone and the journey you've undertaken, leaving you with a sense of fulfillment and readiness to embrace the future with newfound wisdom and strength. In embracing these Stoic strategies, you've not only learned when to cut contact with harmful influences, but also how to cultivate a healthier, more resilient inner self. This journey of self-discovery and growth will continue to guide you, encouraging you to live a life of integrity, peace, and fulfillment.